Hey, it's your man StyleCon coming at you today with another video. Got my little stogie going on here. Actually, I got my smartwatch on today. And I know a lot of you that like mechanical watches can't stand smartwatches. But I will be honest with you, this makes my life so less complicated. Say, StyleCon, why less complicated? I can receive text messages, calls, I get updates on Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is. I don't have to pull my phone out my pocket to check it out. But that's not the real topic of discussion today. And that's why the average collector should avoid vintage watches. You say, stop, vintage watches, I can get a deal. You're right. You can get a deal on certain vintage watches. But I'm going to tell you, let's put it this way. I watch enough YouTube videos and people are like, I like vintage, I like this, I like the patina, I like the way the dial has aged over time, I like the bezel. I get all that. But there are problems that come with that no one is telling you about. First one is the maintenance. It's like, maintenance, not a big deal. Yes, it can be. On a vintage timepiece, it can be a huge deal. Just say, like most watches, say you use an ETA 2894. You can find parts for them all over the place. But with a vintage watch, you may not be able to find that part that you need. So I go to my watchmaker, it's like, yo, this needs servicing, it's not keeping time right, time has died, whatever it might be. And the vintage, or the watchmaker might tell you, guess what? I'm going to need to make you a custom part. I live close to Lancaster, PA, and they actually have a school to train watchmakers. I think it's funded by Rolex. And needless to say, they're all taught how to make custom pieces for a particular watch. So that $300 servicing you thought you were going to get away with could turn into $3,000 because they don't make the parts. I will give you a brief example like I usually do in my videos. My brother loves old Cadillac cars. And with a Cadillac, the stuff he has, he told me he had to go to a machine shop and have them make, you know I'd be screwing my words up. And he's like, I got to get them to make this custom part to make the car run because he can't find them. He can't go to eBay. He can't go to parts.com or any of this because the car is so old, they just don't make them. So that watch, you just thought, I bought this Rolex for $2,500, and it's like, oh, great. But then when you go to get it fixed, Rolex says, we don't have parts for this, or we can make the part, but it's going to be custom. So you want to consider that. Then with accuracy, all modern watches are better in accuracy. When StyleCon was a young man, StyleCon always wanted a Rolex. That was his dream watch at that particular time. I've grown up and I've learned more about watches. Not my dream watch anymore. But they were horrible with accuracy. You could lose 15 to 20 minutes a week. It's like, what? 15 to 20 minutes a week? Yeah, nowadays that's unheard of. But back then, because they weren't as accurate. The tolerances that they have for modern day watches is through the roof. Modern day watches are way more accurate, there we go again. More reliable, more dependable than a vintage watch. And then, like, with the robustness, and that all comes into play. You know, some of the, like with old Rolexes, you got stretch and the bracelets. I've seen some stretches pretty bad. Modern watches with modern technology can reduce that drastically. You can have a watch for 10 years, 15 years. That's modern, that will not get the stretch. And then you're looking at your watch and you're wondering why the bracelets look like a limp dick. Is because Technology has made things better, so the modern watch is better. So you got more accuracy, you got more robustness, the parts are made better, tolerances are better. And once again, I'm not here to tell you what you want to do with your money. That's up to you. But the thing is, when it comes down to it, you might have found that deal on that 1950 Rolex. Great, I got it for $1,500. But you might pay that money out in repairs. You might lose the accuracy that you're used to, because they can do things to manipulate watches to make them more accurate that are older. But the watch was never designed to be that accurate. It was designed for its time. And on that note, it's your man StyleCom. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video of me puff on my stogie. If you got any questions or comments, as usual, leave them down below, and I will check you out in the next video.